Have you ever lent a friend a small amount of money and then somehow started feeling like a complete asshole for asking for your own money back? I swear, this kind of shit happens to everyone at least once, because it always starts with something tiny and completely harmless, and then it slowly turns into the most awkward moment of your week. My friend needed money for a taxi, and I said sure, because he told me he would give it back the next evening, either by sending it to my card or just giving me cash. That sounded fair enough, because we literally agreed on the amount, the time, and even the 2 ways he could pay me back. So I thought this would be one of those simple thanks bro, here is your money situations, you know? The next evening come and I asked him about it without making it weird, because I genuinely expected him to just send it over and we would both forget about it 5 minutes later. Instead he looked at me and said, "Can I just buy you something with it?" And I had that moment where your brain stops for a second, because you are trying to work out whether you heard the person correctly, you know? And I wasn't asking for a gift, wasn't asking him to surprise me with a snack, and I definitely wasn't asking him to turn my taxi money into some weird shopping experience. And we had already agreed on cash or a transfer, so I told him no, just send it to my card or give it to me in cash, like we said. Then he goes, "Okay, I will give it to you tomorrow." And I'm still being chill because it's only one more day and I'm not trying to act like I'm chasing someone over $1 billion, you know? The next day comes and nothing happens, which is already annoying, but still not enough for me to make a big deal out of it. Then another day passes and there is still no money, no message, and no "sorry bro, I forgot," which would have taken him about 4 seconds to type. At that point, you know that weird feeling when the amount is small but you are still thinking, why the fuck am I the one who has to keep bringing this up? So I text him again, and he says, "I will send it this evening," which is honestly one of the most dangerous sentences in the English language. I will send it this evening. Has the exact same energy as I'm almost there when someone's still in the shower wearing one sock and has absolutely no plan of leaving the house anytime soon. I said okay, because for some reason I still believe this taxi money was going to arrive peacefully and this whole thing would finally be over. So the evening came, I checked my phone a few times and obviously there was nothing there, because apparently this one taxi ride had become a long-term financial commitment. By that point, I wasn't even annoyed about the money itself anymore, because I just wanted to understand what the hell was happening. It was taxi money, not a loan for a startup or down payment on a house, and definitely not something that required a different excuse every 24 hours. So after a few more days, I finally told him, "Can you please just give me the money back properly, because this is getting fucking ridiculous right now." And he did give it back in cash, but the funniest part was the look on his face while he handed it to me, because he looked like he would just made some huge sacrifice for my happiness. It was almost like I was supposed to thank him for returning money that had been mine the entire time. And I remember standing there with the cash in my hand, trying not to laugh, because the taxi ride probably took him 15 minutes while getting my money back took almost a week. At least one of us got where they needed to go.